Hype it up. Smart DeFi podcast brought to you by Trey All Day Promotions with your host Tad. Come check us out. Well, it's your boy Tad. Let's talk about it. All right, and good morning. It's October 25th, 2021. This is Hype It Up with Trey All Day. It's a podcast for the crypto and DeFi space and the new and upcoming smart DeFi to be launching soon through Feg Rocks over at fegtoken.com. Let's get into it. So most people don't even know what DeFi is. So we're going to give them a quick rundown on the DeFi 101. So what is DeFi? A decentralized finance, right? So it is an ecosystem financial applications being built with the blockchain technology and without banks. What we all want, right? So money lives in cages. Each financial system is locked within its own geographical borders, and even then only some can access it. It's also a system built on top of ancient technologies. All of the money transmitting protocols are messaging systems invented in 1970. The DeFi is setting it free. And the way it's doing it is replacing these outdated rails with the public blockchains, which are global, right? Distributed in decentralized networks, specifically made to transfer value without the need of intermediaries, right? So the DeFi crypto origins of the term DeFi was born in the August 2018 Telegram chat between Ethereum developers and entrepreneurs, including Ngio of Set Protocol, Blake Henderson of OX, and Brendan Forrester of Dharma. They were discussing what the call the movement open financial applications being built on Ethereum. Other options considered were Open Horizon, Lattice Network, and Open Financial Protocols. Henderson said DeFi worked well as it comes out as DeFi. DEFY. So what is DeFi? Non-custodial. A non-custodial distributed networks allow people to have control over their own assets and data for value to be transformed from one person to another without the need of use of intermediaries like banks and other financial institutions. Users are the only ones who hold the keys to their wallets and control their funds. The term used to describe this feature is that DeFi apps are non-custodial, as no third parties have no custody of your assets. You do. So nobody else has any control over your assets but you. This reduces the risk of censorship and losing money in one or many hacks suffered by centralized exchanges. But it also means individuals have a huge responsibility on their shoulders and often no recourse if something goes wrong. So it's up to you on how you use it, how you keep it safe, and don't give out your information to lessen the facts of you getting hacked. So let's go back to number two. Let's say open. In these open networks, there are no borders in this parallel financial system, and everyone can access it. It's like the internet, but instead of information being transferred globally, seamlessly, and creatively, the same is happening with money. It's an internet of value. All that's needed in a blockchain wallet and an internet connection to start interacting with DeFi applications. They won't ask for users' personal information. Not even a username or password is needed to join. Your identity is the jumble of letters and numbers that make up your blockchain address. Three, it's transparent, right? So transparency is key within these networks. The code for these financial applications is open for anyone to see and inspect. This is an importance because anyone is able to verify how the applications and protocols work and track exactly where your money is. So, an open source code also enables developers to build on top of existing applications, accelerating innovation and creating an interconnected ecosystem that leverages the strengths of each piece. It's why all the different DeFi protocols and assets are often referred to as money Legos. Transparent code also means developers are free to copy applications and build near replicas that improve on some aspect of the original. For example, if a platform is raising fees, users are free to copy and create an identical application with lower fees. So you could copy someone's stuff or someone's project, but you can offer a lower fee to that project. So you could just copy, paste, and add your own little twist to it. Users are free to copy and create identical applications with lower fees. The model takes competition to an extreme, forcing builders to deliver the best possible product. So, let's get into decentralized. Decentralized finance protocols are, of course, decentralized. Built on public blockchains like Ethereum, these blockchains, the rails to this new financial system, are run by thousands of nodes, computers running the blockchain software spread out across the globe so that it's almost impossible to censor or stop them. On top of this, base layer of decentralized DeFi platforms are built to be managed by a community of users and not centrally controlled. You know what I'm saying? So DeFi platforms are built to be managed by a community of users and not centrally controlled by one person or one business. So users become owners of their own financial applications. They're able to participate in major decisions, including by imposing changes themselves and benefit from their growth and success. The goal is that no centralized party can unilaterally take control of funds or change the rules of the game. So in open finance, most DeFi applications don't meet all the requirements or characteristics listed above. Ironically, considering the name DeFi, this decentralized aspect is the hardest to meet. Completely relinquishing control of the application makes it harder for developers to quickly react if there's no problem. Since they can't unilaterally make changes to it without going through community consensus, this is hard for applications which are still a very early stages of development. So teams will often maintain some degree of control over their protocols. So decentralization is a spectrum and will not and while not all DeFi apps are the most decentralized end, they are working to get there with these teams gradually relinquishing control over the protocols. Rather than decentralization, the main characteristics which most DeFi protocols meet and has become to define the ecosystem in these applications are open for anyone to access. All users need an internet connection and a blockchain address. That's why the term open finance is often used instead of DeFi. So the DeFi history, one could argue that DeFi started with Bitcoin in 2009. BTC was the first ever peer-to-peer digital money, the first financial application built on blockchain technology. But the turning point for financial applications, allowing users to do more with their money than send it from point to point A to B, happened in December 2017 when MakerDAO launched. So MakerDAO, I'm sorry, MakerDAO. I'll say that again, MakerDAO. So MakerDAO is an Ethereum-based protocol that allows users to issue a cryptocurrency that pegged at 1-to-1 to the value of the US dollar by using digital assets as collateral. This mechanism effectively allowed anyone to borrow the DAI stablecoin against Ethereum, Ethereum's native cryptocurrency. It created a way for anyone to take out a loan without relying on a centralized entity. It also created a dollar-pegged digital asset, which didn't rely on holding dollars in a bank like USDC or USDT and in other stable coins. The MakerDAO lending protocol and its DAI stablecoin provided the first building blocks for a new open permissionless financial system. From there, other financial protocols launched, right? So we got creating an increasingly vibrant and an interconnected ecosystem, Compound Finance, released in September 2018. Created a market for borrowers taking out collateralized borrowers. Created a market for borrowers talking. Goodness, I'm having a problem this morning. It created a market for borrowers taking out collateralized loans and lenders to rake in interest rates paid by those borrowers. Uniswap is one, launched in November 2018, allowed users to seamlessly and permissionlessly swap any token on Ethereum blockchain. So this is just the beginning for DeFi, right? Like it's steady going, it's steady blowing up. I mean, it's still young in the early stages, right? I mean, we're right at the forefront of this, man. So less than 3 years after MakerDAO placed the first money logo, there are dozens of DeFi applications, from basic use cases like enabling lending, borrowing, trading, to crazier ones like creating synthetic assets, streaming payments, and playing in a lottery where you can always get your money back. Assets held in these platforms, smart contracts, climbed to suppress $1 billion, then quickly 2, 3, and even 4 billion, all the way up to 10 billion just this year. It's clear we're just getting started, baby. This has been a Hype It Up podcast brought to you by Trey All Day Promotions, Dirty Creek Productions, Mad DeFi, FegToken.com, and FegRock's the leading dev of FegToken.com. Thank you. We appreciate you listening, and we hope that you listen again. Join us again on another episode of Hype It Up with Trey All Day. Hype it up. Hype it up. Smart DeFi podcast brought to you by Trey All Day Promotions with your host, Tad. Come check us out. Yo, it's your boy, Tad. Let's talk about it.